Good. Good. Cut. Good. Four. Cut. Good.
Region 2 final here at Decatur High School Baseball Complex. Today we welcome the Cougars from Chesapeake High School. If I could have everyone's attention for some very important announcements. Decatur High School welcomes everyone to today's game. As each team represents their respective schools, we remind you that honoring the values of sportsmanship is the essence of every athletic contest. We ask you to accept the responsibility as a fan of this contest by showing respect for players, respect for coaches, respect for officials, and respect for those around you. Your support and cooperation will allow all athletes involved in this game to achieve and demonstrate their best. Worcester County Public Schools' #1 priority is to ensure the safety and security of our players, coaches, officials, and spectators. Help us keep our facilities and athletic venues safe by immediately reporting any safety concerns to law enforcement or school administration. Please be aware this game is being live streamed with both audio and video. Conversations in the stands may be audible on the live stream, so please be mindful when conversing, cheering, or commenting on the game. Remember, if you see something, say something. Thank you. Enjoy the game. Now, if you would please rise and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. We ask that all gentlemen remove all hats and head coverings for the duration of the anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our starters. All right, batting, leading off, and playing center field for Chesapeake, number 15, Carter Drab. Batting second and playing left field, number 17, Jimmy Dreyer. Batting third and playing second base, number 7, Cole Parsons. Batting fourth and playing shortstop, number 26, Sean Carroll. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 25, Nate Matkin. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 28, Nell White. Batting seventh and pitching, number 2, Noah Bowerman. Batting eighth and doing the catching, number 9, Blake Jarmer. And batting ninth, playing right field, number 14, Jaden Sierra. playing shortstop, junior, number 15, AJ Cobb. Batting third and playing left field, senior, number 7, Gus Kroll. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, junior, number 24, Lucas Boyd. Batting fifth and playing second base, senior, number 8, Ryan McLaughlin. Batting sixth and playing third base, senior, number 10, Owen Jenner. Batting seventh and playing first base, senior, number 22, Stephen Hayes. Batting eighth and doing the catching, junior, number 5, Ryder Swanson. And batting ninth and playing center field, junior, number 12, Caden Shockley.
Today's playoff game here at Decatur High School between the Chesapeake Cougars, coming in with a record of 15-6-1 against the Decatur Seahawks, coming in with a record of 18-2. Looking forward to this one. Should be a great matchup. Only opponents these guys have in common, just Crofton High School. Decatur coming off 14-4 victory over Crofton in their first playoff game. Chesapeake split with Crofton this year, both one-run games, 4-3 and 3-2. So should be a good one lined up, man.
All right, man. It's good to see some sunny skies this afternoon. You know, we were expecting weather to be a little bit dicey. I mean, even up until yesterday evening, it was talking about 2 o'clock spotty showers. So the weather's held off down here on the shore for big matchup against, you know, a rival, a Decatur rival now over the last 3 or 4 years, and maybe even longer, of being in 3A with Chesapeake in all of our sports.
Chesapeake coming in as defending state championships. They're defending state champs, 3-time state champs, 1997, 2014, 2022. On the mound today for Decatur is junior Matthew Wright. Matthew comes in with a record of 4-1 with a save. He's had a great year behind the plate, as usual, as Ryder Swanson. Infield from right to left, Stephen Wade on first base. Second base, Ryan McLaughlin. Shortstop, AJ Cobb. Owen Canero on third. The normal outfield, Gus Kroll in left. Caden Shockley in center. Waylon Hobgood in right, coming off that great game against Crofton. And Lucas Loring is the DH today.
One quick change we've got with the middle infield, Mike. We've got A.J. Cobb has shifted over to second base, and Ryan McLaughlin has gone to shortstop. It was a late switch right before the lineup cards were presented. And if you need my pen,
yes, I do.
There's my pen.
I'll say that wrong all day.
Hey, we don't use pencil. We probably should go pencil, you know, in here, pencil and eraser, but we're just offered a pencil that doesn't even have an eraser from one of our wonderful mathematicians at Decatur High School, Mr. Coach Jamie Greenwood.
Hey, so here we go. Swing and a miss, leading off for Chesapeake is the center fielder Carter Drab.
The big key getting ahead today for Matt, you know, wants to work ahead. I think he got a swing there.
He did too. Yes,
he did. So you want to work ahead, you know, and he's done a good job right now to the leadoff guy. But, you know, if you fall behind, Chesapeake is a school that's going to make you pay for it. Yeah. They're going to put the ball in play a lot. So working ahead is the name of the game for Matt Wright today.
They play in a tough league. Matt's ERA 2.13 on the year. Really only one bad performance. That was when he came in against Parkside. One of only 2 losses this year for Decatur, both against Parkside, but he came in relief in that one, had one bad inning. It wasn't his fault, really. Kicked the ball around a little bit in the field. But aside from that, he's been pretty lights out. junior.
And then a lot of, started out as like their swing man. He was piggybacking, coming in off of the starters early in the season, and really has thrown in the biggest games for the Seahawks this year. So he's a guy you want out there today.
Yep. And that one's up the middle. McLaughlin coming to get it and won't be able to. Drab's going to be on with an infield single.
It looked like the ball off the end cap knuckled a little bit on him.
Yeah.
Came off, looked like a little hot. I think it kind of delayed on Matt there.
I think Ryan almost thought it was hit harder than it was. It took kind of a deep angle at it.
Yeah, it had that look to it. So, I mean, you got to realize this is what Chesapeake does. They're going to put the ball in play. Yeah. They're not going to strike out a whole lot. So.
And there's a bunt right there, and it's going to be Swanson's going to get that. Throw down the first for the out, but Drab moves up. So, a little small ball for Chesapeake early on.
You're going to see it. I mean, longtime coach Ken King for Chesapeake, he was the same way. He bunt 1 through 9, any count, 3-1, 0-0. They're going to bunt, and they're not afraid to do it top to bottom.
Make them make the plays, man. That brings up Cole Parsons. That was Jimmy Dreyer who bunted. Cole Parsons, second baseman, comes up now in the 3 spot. He grounds this one to short. McLaughlin's got it. Checks the runner, throws the first. And that's out number 2. Nice play by McLaughlin.
Yeah, not a whole lot of innings at short, which is his home position this year. He was dealing with some injuries. University of Delaware commit. Big-time arm on the mound, and he's going to be a primary pitcher at Delaware, so they were taking things, cautiously, and good to see him out at shortstop in this game.
He is available on the mound today, from what I understand. So may see him if the situation calls for it. And right hits the next batter. That's Sean Carroll, the shortstop, who's going to go down to first. Took that one. Looked like a breaking ball off the hip. I don't think I entered. Did I say who we were? Mike Hughes here with the Madden of baseball, Tyler Riley. I'll be sticking around till about 5:40 or so, and then I got to go to senior awards. My daughter's graduating, man.
I know, man. That's great.
I want to talk about it.
You're old, dude.
Yeah, I'll get a little upset about it if I talk about it too much.
Hey, she's a wonderful girl and deserves the many accolades that she's bringing home this year.
Thank you.
Going to High Point University, right?
High Point University, yeah. They were just on the Today Show. One of their security guards is on the Today Show today.
All right.
Look it up. It's a great story. So this is number 25, the third baseman, Nate Matkins. And he's even at 1-1. 2 outs here in top of the first.
I did like to see, although he pulled it and hit him, throwing breaking ball early in the count. Trying to get ahead with that off-speed pitch, not get too predictable.
Yeah. Nice one there. Kid was way behind that one. Don't play with him here. Bust him in, I think, man.
Yeah, he's going to match
with the fastball.
He's going to use the inner third. I mean, it's very rare. He is a kid that does like to throw the ball on the inner third of the plate, which is, like I said, does not happen a lot in high school baseball anymore.
Yeah, I like that pitch, though. That's okay.
You got a good catcher back there. You trust it, throw it, and bury those pitches in 1-2, 0-2 today.
Yeah, Swanson, the improvement in Swanson throughout the year has been really impressive at the plate and behind the plate. That one's popped up to right. Hobgood's going to have to come in, and he's got it for out number 3. So that'll take us to the bottom of the first. Decatur will be coming up to hit. It's 0-0. We'll be right back. All right, coming back here in the top or the bottom of the first. Decatur coming up. Decatur with their normal lineup today. Waylon Hobgood leading off. A.J. Cobb batting second. Gus Kroll batting third. Lucas Loring, the DH, RBI machine at fourth. Ryan McLaughlin fifth. Owen Kinnair sixth, power threat. Stephen Wade, who had a big base hit against Crofton, to be in the seventh spot. Ryder Swanson batting eighth. Caden Shockley ninth. And really, top two guys set the tone, man.
Yes, they do. We talk about it each week.
Yeah.
You know, every game that we've been together working, you know, when you find two guys with top-end speed who also have the bat skills, the barrel skills, and the ability to work deep counts, you're going to have a good record at the end of the year. You're at least going to put up offensive numbers to win ball games.
Yeah. So I always Waylon Hobgood, on base percentage of .520 on the year. So that means he's on base more than half the time he comes to the plate, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the fives. That's
amazing.
That's called being a table setter.
Yeah.
You know, that's called being a table setter.
I think he was 3 for 4 last game against Crofton with a bomb, absolute bomb.
A tape measure home run.
Yeah.
And uncommitted, like we said.
Yeah,
uncommitted so far as a junior.
So far.
Yeah, I think that's going to change quickly.
I think so too. So pitching today for Chesapeake is Noah Bowerman, left-hander.
Couple lefties, man. How many lefties have we seen this year?
It's surprising.
It really, a lot of lefties around.
You usually don't see very many. Hobgood pops that one in the left, and that's caught. Tough day today out in left field. The wind's blowing out in that direction. It's about 74 degrees, overcast. Wind's going to be swirling.
You like that?
I do like that.
Yeah, that's where wind's going to be swirling today. Yep. We'll talk. We got to do something when we get football and soccer in the fall. Man. We'll talk deer hunting on here quite a bit. You know what I mean?
A couple Eastern Shore boys.
Oh yeah, man.
That brings up A.J. Cobb. He squares the bunts, fouls it back.
Hey, I like it. Top end speed.
Yeah.
We say he should do it two at bats a game minimum.
Well, he did it last game.
Yeah.
And I saw him do it against somebody else a few games back. Had a nice bunt down the third base line and beat it out.
Right. It's an absolute weapon, and I mean bunting is not prioritized much in the modern game, so it takes some pride initially.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, with that type of speed, I'm his dad. I'm telling you, look, buddy, you're not getting in slumps because you're bunting at least twice a game.
So that draws the attention of the third baseman, Matkins, who's up on the grass now. He's not going to do it again. Fouls that one off. A.J. took one out of here in the preseason. His first at bat of the preseason, took one out of here. Hasn't got one since, but he does have some pop.
Yeah, he's got some pop. He's a strong kid, you know.
I
like to get on him because he likes to take BP out here on the weekends with literally roll up and he's got no shirt on, making you look bad, you know.
He fights that one off and grounds it. That's going to be foul. Yeah, he had a shot against Crofton, the deep right center.
Yeah.
Bounced over the fence, ground with a double.
I've been meaning to tell him today in school to hit the weight room for that, but he and the weight room are good friends, so he's put together. And
he's batting .448 on the year. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that, does it?
Only one way to go, and that's down from a 400 batting average.
Usually,
yeah. So
see, is he leading the team? Let's see.
He was in the he was rated the top. At least almost 75% of the year he led
the regulars, he's leading the team, And he pulls that one in the left field for a base hit. Just beyond Matkins' glove. So Decatur's got a man on here with one out.
It did a nice job there, putting a hang and change. It looked like a hang and change up 0-2. You know, you might want to see that pitch buried down a little bit, but a single from him usually can turn into a triple real quick. He's real smart, but you want to see the lefty move here and pass the torch over to Gus.
Yep. Get on the Gus bus. Gus hitting .375, 4 bombs this year. And, you know, we talk about it all the time, how he carried this team offensively in the early season and then again later in the season, came back alive and on the mound all season long. He's been tough. Getting the start today in left field.
CNU's getting a good one with him. Guy who can duel it up with pop at the plate, and on the mound he's mid to upper 80s. So
Christopher Newport. Quick Check over to Cobb. Not his best move, that's for sure.
Definitely not. Definitely not. But, I mean, and that's on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's on purpose.
Never show him your best move on the first throw. He's got a decent lead over there. Slide step. And that one's fouled off, so Cobb's going to have to go back.
Oh, here's my little man here putting his arms around me, Blake Riley. What's up,
we don't have
buddy?
our fourth camera set up, do we? You can't get
foul
the
ball,
shot
foul
of it.
ball patrol.
Foul ball
patrol.
All right. Future Seahawk.
Yeah, Bowerman, nice job on a move, pickoff move, followed with a slide step. I mean, you know they're not going to fall into patterns. Chesapeake's not going to allow that to happen. So.
A little better move that time. Still not his best, I'm sure. I'm thinking, based on the camera, the phone camera going here just to our left, I think this is Mom right here. So we have to be careful what we say, right? Nah, just kidding. We would never talk bad.
She's laughing now. Might be glaring in a little while. So.
Look,
we took away, and she missed the pickoff move, too.
Sorry. We were distracting her, and he almost picked Cobb off of first base. Little snap throw there. That shortened him up a little bit over there on first base.
Yeah, he did.
Breaking ball in the dirt. And we talked about this a little bit last year. I like how he's slowing it down. You know, man on first. He's taking his time.
Absolutely.
Not falling into a pattern.
And it's easier for lefties where they can see out of the, you know, it's not like a peek over the shoulder. They've got an excellent straight on look at the runner at first and the plate, so they can dictate the pace.
Sometimes, you know, they're not supposed to cross that plane with their right front leg, but in a normal high school game, you only got 2 umps. You might be able to get away with that. You know, you cross the plane and then still go to first. You catch a guy over there, but today we got 3 umps. So.
Yeah, and you're going to try until you're told no. You get that one warning. So, I mean, that's something in the arsenal for holding runners. So you're gonna see what your first base umpire is going to call and not call on you. So
I wish I threw left-handed so I could just have a lefty move over to first. Like, that'd just be so fun. Snap throw again.
That snap throw reminded me of little Terry Mulholland. If you think back to Terry Mulholland of the 80s and 90s,
Giants
Phillies and Giants.
He was lefty.
He had an excellent snap throw pickoff move.
Terry Mulholland. He was a solid pitcher. And that's popped up. First baseman in foul territory. Looks like he's got it. Coming back. And he does make the snag there for the second out. Nice play there by Cam Sisson.
Yeah, that was a great play by Sisson. I mean, and it just shows you what the wind's doing. If you look out to the south end zone here of the football field.
Scoring the RBI machine, leading the team in RBIs. Having a great season. 30 RBIs on the year for him, 424 batting average. This guy just knocks them in, man.
And Lucas is a above-average RBI hit offensive player for high school baseball on the Eastern Shore.
Yeah.
Just finds a knack to drive runners in.
20 games, 30 RBIs. And he takes this one deep to right center. That is going to get in there, and Cobb's going to come around. That's going to score him. Loring's going to stop at second, and Decatur takes a 1-0 lead.
He left the pitch up in the zone, and like we had just said, making us look good here in the booth, he is an RBI machine. He does a nice job getting the barrel through the zone, driving it to right center, and I tell you what, Decatur got lucky. The ball hit the top of the wall and stayed in play.
I was going to say the exact same thing. If that bounces over, that runner has to stop at third base, and we're still tied. But it hit the top this time. And Loring's on second. So 2 outs. That brings up the University of Delaware commit, Ryan McLaughlin. We got 5 guys on the Decatur team that are going on to the next level, right? Gardner is going to Randolph-Macon.
Yes, 5 of our seniors
Adam Gardner, who's
committed.
injured this year. Brooks Kendall going to Del State. McLaughlin going to Delaware. Kroll going to Christopher Newport. And the guy that's on deck is going to Goldie Beacom, Owen Canary.
Yeah.
So let's see what Ryan can do here with 2 outs. Swing and a miss there, a little out in front.
Healthy cut there, first pitch. I like it, but I also you can pick up on what Chesapeake's going to do. Looked like a first pitch change up to me right there. playing off the early aggressiveness of our hitters. So
not a bad idea. McLaughlin does have a home run in limited time this year. 341 average. Fouls that one off. So he's in the hole 0-2 here.
Yeah, I really tell you, I like the ball coming out of Bowerman's hand. He left the pitch up to Loring. You know, it's early, 1 run. You got to score to win anyway. Back-to-back change-ups there, quality.
Yeah. If you can throw a change-up,
yeah.
you can do a lot of stuff.
Yep.
If you can keep it low and away, you can do a lot with it. Breaking ball there in the dirt, pops away from the catcher, and Loring's going to go down to third.
That's a good dirt ball read there. I mean, the ball only kicked off about 3 or 4 feet.
He was on the move immediately.
But you see the ball kick off of the catcher going away, going towards that first base line, first base dugout. You're immediately, if you're on second, you're going to advance because the catcher's got to step, plant, and throw across his body. It was a nice dirt ball read there.
Yeah. So 1-2 now to Ryan McLaughlin. He's up high.
Big games like this, guys, 90 feet away. You really want to try and hit the ball, put it in play here.
Yeah.
You know, make something happen.
Make something happen. That's the phrase. Not this time. He swings and misses at a fastball up. But Decatur pushes across the run on the double to deep right center field by Lucas Loring. It's 1-0 after 1 inning. We'll be right back. All right, coming back here in the top of the second. Chesapeake coming up to bat, down 1-0. Del White, the designated hitter, leading off. Chesapeake in Anne Arundel County. There are 2 Chesapeake high schools in Maryland. But this is the Anne Arundel
Chesapeake AA when you look at the
Chesapeake
website.
AA, yeah, in Pasadena. Coming off a little bit of tragedy, one of their pitchers, Josh Boyd, lost his father suddenly. We want to extend our thoughts and prayers to those guys. Del White rips this one to left center field. That's going to the fence. White's coming for 2. Here comes the throw, and he's going to be in with a leadoff double.
Big boy with a big swing. He is not going to miss fastballs, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Straight up. It's a statewide scouting report on him, so I want Matt and our coaching staff to keep that in the back of their minds moving forward. But hats off. We'll get back to Josh Boyd.
Just our thoughts and prayers to that young man.
Yes.
I understand he came out, pitched a great game in the playoffs just a couple days after that happened, and that's just an unbelievable thing. And if I'm not misunderstanding, the team went to his father's funeral just today on the way here. So.
Yep, they were there first and then finished the bus ride off to come play. So I mean, what a gesture by their entire coaching staff, team. I mean,
and they all were wearing T-shirts today that said Team Boyd.
Nice looking T-shirts too, man. Yeah.
So that brings up the pitcher, Noah Bowerman. Takes strike one right there. And Matt Wright's hat's falling off again.
Hey.
That means he's putting in work.
When the hat's falling off, he's usually around the strike zone. We've joked with him about that a lot. We said when he's been erratic, the hat's been staying on his head. So.
Yeah. That's a pull foul down the first baseline.
I was just going to say, that's, runner on second in scoring position and nobody out. He wants to pull something here.
Yep.
He's looking middle in until he gets 2 strikes. At minimum, advance the runner to third with less than 2 outs.
Yep. Breaking ball there. Away a little bit.
Yeah, that's a competitive miss right there. We call that, he started that breaking ball over the middle to the outer third, and was hoping getting Bowerman to chase or, roll over on something.
And that's what happens. Over to Cobb. He's going to pick it up, throw to first. And he's safe at first base. So the runner moves up, and Bowerman beats it out. That coming out of the left-hand batter's box. He got down there in a hurry.
Yeah, where he did what he was supposed to do, and he's a plus runner out of the lefty box. There was a little bit of indecisiveness there between Steven and Cobb on the ball. It was a little bit late and quick out of the batter's box there, and he did his job anyway, pulling the baseball. So going to see what they're going to do first and third. It's going to be something.
Most likely. So
here's a replay. I think he was safe. I mean, judging by our replay, it was tied to the runner.
So the catcher, Blake Jarmer's up at bat now. He swings and misses, strike one.
Something going to usually be in motion with the Anne Arundel County schools and with first and third situations here. So.
And swing and miss on strike two there. I keep it right there. It looks like he's having trouble with the heat so far.
It was a nice slide step fastball there. I mean, he did his job on the mound. Getting the ball to the plate quick and then up under his hands. So I'm going to try and get a ground ball double play here if you can. Or a strikeout.
We'll take that too. So that's out number one, first out. And that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Jaden Cieri, the right fielder. Swanson steps out and makes the calls.
I don't mind Chesapeake there letting their catcher try and put something in play. With 1 out now, I'm going to look for probably some sort of set play here. Some sort of delay,
we'll see.
Back pick maybe.
He's bunting and fouls it off. Yeah, I don't know. Del White smacked that ball to the fence, but he wasn't super fast. So, that may factor into the decision.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're gonna make our guys, for the most part, earn their outs. They're going to earn their outs. They're going to bunt. They're going to get the bat on the ball with 2 strikes.
He might do it again. And he does. And pulls back and takes up high. Did he throw a breaking ball? Was that a breaking ball? Looked like some kind of hard breaking ball there, which I like in a bunt situation.
Yeah, a little more velocity on the breaking pitch there. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but
a little tougher to bunt.
You want the ball to be up, though. You want to try and have him raise his bat level and pop the bunt up.
Yep. And we got a ball. And that's going to score the run and tie the game. And Farrow's coming out of the dugout. He's not happy about it. I don't know if he's going to win this one or not. But
yeah, I'm not sure.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. I wasn't looking at him. I was looking at the runner at first.
Yeah,
just a small flinch on that backside.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be anything like that.
I wasn't looking at him and didn't see, but there's a lot happening right there. The batter's squaring the bunt.
We'll get a replay, Mike.
You figure something's happening. And I don't know. I'm not sure.
maybe it's
like his elbow kind of came in
like
motion.
elbow
like,
first before
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a
that might be one that better to see it in regular speed, you know.
Yeah, it could have been that just flinch of that left elbow, you know. It's anything, you know, that deceives batter or runner, so you got to keep that in mind. So that's a tough break.
Regardless, the run scores, it's 1-1. Sierra's bunting again, and bunts this one foul down the third base line. So he'll be down 1-2.
And like we talked about, you know, one of the keys to the game is going to be defending bunts against these teams because they're going to do it with 2 strikes. They're going to do it in 3-1 counts. They're going to do it 1 through 9 in the order. So it's critical that bunt defense stays crisp today.
Look, it makes stuff happen, you know, and I don't know much about the Chesapeake offense, but if you don't have a bunch of guys who are stroking the ball, that's one way to make stuff happen, you know.
Absolutely.
So
it lengthens the lineup. You know, it keeps, you know, I always said and always tried to think, like, if I got in a funk and you're getting, you know, not seeing the ball well, try and put the ball, that, you know, bunt down. And, I mean, less than 2 outs.
And he takes one off the arm there, so he's heading down to first base on the hit by pitch. So right in a little bit of a mess right here early on here in the second inning.
It'll be a good time, you know, Ryder to go out, calm him down. You're 1 pitch away, get a ground ball. You know, you've been doing a nice job other than the white double, you know, of keeping them hitting the ball with top spin. So don't want to let it spiral here.
So that brings up the leadoff hitter, Carter Drab. Drab's 1 for 1 on the day. Had that kind of off the end, up the middle.
Yeah, comebacker early.
Infield hit. And these are all, you know, you see the runner takes off there, fakes the steal. Ryder sees it, I'm sure. Yeah, pops up a little early, you know.
Right. They're looking for timing patterns. They're looking for how slow or quick is he getting to the plate, and they're going to either fake steal or actually take off.
Yeah. Swing and a miss there. Drab's a big kid. Looks like he's got a nice swing, man. And that one's in the right center. Chocolate coming over is not going to get it. And it bounces past him, and that's going to score a run. And the throw comes into second base as Sierra moves over to third. And that makes it 2-1. Chesapeake takes the lead here in the top of the second.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there. Now's the time you want to get a timeout called. You want to go talk to him, settle him down. First and third situation too. So you want to put your play in, maybe slow things down a little bit. You know, almost like calling a timeout, you know, in basketball of any kind, or I mean anything. Slow this momentum down. I'd like to see that here.
So now, in contrast to the last first and third, these guys both have speed, I think, and they're bunting. And Wright's going to field it, and he's going to first. Gets the out, but Sierra scores, and it's 3-1 Chesapeake now. So you called it, man. You said they will bunt 1 through 9, and there's the 2 guy, Jimmy Dreyer, bunting for the second time.
Yeah, they're going to do it. You got to defend it, and you got to realize, like Vince Lombardi, you know how he said, they're not going to run 50 to 100 different plays. They're going to do 5 to 10 plays, and they're going to do it well, and they're going to execute. It's your job to defend it.
So that brings up Cole Parsons, the second baseman. A little momentum going now for Chesapeake. And they could put up runs coming off of 17-1 victory over Oxon Hill. He tries to call time. It's not given, and there's a strike 1.
It was late. No fault of anybody on that. You know, it was a little late. Umpire's got to let that go. He's got the leg lift already, so especially out of the stretch, you know.
good there on the inside corner. Again, we talked about this a few times. I'd like to Ryder stay down.
Stay down.
Give him a good look at it.
Stay down. Stay still.
Don't pop up.
He pulled. He stepped out of that strike right there. He was going forward.
And that's ball 4. So they're going to go out and talk to him.
One thing, if you get a little antsy behind the plate, I mean, you and I both caught. What happens is you have to slow yourself down, almost tell yourself after you stick it, wait for 1 or 2 Mississippis.
Yeah.
Even with runners on base, and it is difficult for young catchers to not want to get up on their feet, especially against teams that are going to move.
Yeah.
And here's a strike call here.
Yeah,
right. Maybe not. It was a miss. But if you slow that down even more on that replay, the catcher, Ryder, he's coming out of his he's coming out of his stance.
Yeah.
As the pitch is arriving, he's already coming out of his stance.
Yeah.
It looks like a flinch. So let's look at it here real slow. So Matt's delivering. Ryder squares up. Now he's got it there, but he's instantly standing after he sticks.
Yeah.
So when he's sticking it and standing up, it's going to cause the umpire to flinch.
Yeah. So 2 outs here, runners on first and second. And a little nubber by the shortstop, Sean Carroll, goes foul down the first baseline. First time up, he was hit by a pitch.
Never faced the Chesapeake Cougars team that didn't like getting hit by pitches.
Oh, yeah.
As a coach, it almost scared me.
Yeah.
It almost scared me. I used to tell Ken King all the time, I'm a little bit intimidated by your guys.
And he pulls out into left field. They're going to send the runner. Cole comes up. He's got a good arm. The throw is cut off. And it's 4-1 Chesapeake here in the second.
And right now, there's a difference between what we're doing, what both teams are doing offensively with 2 outs.
Yeah.
We picked up 1 2-out RBI. They've picked up 3 of their 4 with 2 outs. So you got to be able to answer here, stop the bleeding and answer.
Yeah. So Nate Matkins coming up, the third baseman now. Matkins 0 for 1. Still runners on first and second. Still 2 outs here in the top of the second. And that one's called a strike. Guess we'll get one back then.
It all evens out in the long run, doesn't it?
Look, hey, and we always say the umpires are doing the best they can do. These are high school umpires. They're doing the best they can.
Hey, finding a little consistency here in this at bat too.
Yeah.
So we do like consistency for both teams.
So Matthew ahead 0-2 here. Let's see what he does. And that's grounded to short. McLaughlin's going to have it. He throws across to Wade for out number 3. But Chesapeake pushes across 4 in the top of the second. Decatur coming up down 4-1. All right, coming back here in the bottom of the second, Decatur down 4-1 right now. We want to send a shout out to a couple Chesapeake fans, Jay Williams and Joe Hoyer. We hear you guys are watching at home and enjoying the broadcast. We thank you for tuning in. And if you could Venmo us a couple dollars, that'd be great too.
Just drop. What do they say? Drop a like in the comments or something like that.
Yeah.
Drop a like in the comments.
Like and subscribe.
Your future podcast coming out too. You know.
Yeah. So here comes Owen Kinnair. Owen takes a first pitch towards second base, and that's going to be an easy play over there for the first out.
Don't mind the aggressiveness early here in the second inning, especially. Yep. You know, you get something in the zone, you want to try and go ahead and get the barrel on it. We need runners and need them in scoring position, really. Yeah. So,
got to get one back at a time.
But a one pitch, one out is certainly what you're looking for if you're Bowerman there too. So
definitely. So here comes Stephen Wade. Stephen had the big hit against Crofton. Can't remember if he put us in the lead after we got down 1-0. Had a 2-run base hit. I don't know if it was him or not. He definitely had a 2-run base hit in the last game. Can't remember. I think he might have put us up 4-1. I'm not sure, but
just a 2-out RBIs. You know what I mean? So
senior leader here. Rock steady all year at first base.
Yeah, he's Mr. Baseball. You know, for all our Chesapeake fans watching, I mean, he's got a mustache for a high school kid.
Yeah. He's had it since he was 10.
Make you want to almost pull birth certificates out when you see him come up, really. So,
great kid, going to school at Messiah, right?
Messiah. He wants to be a pastor, right?
Youth pastor,
yeah. Good for him. We need more of them, man.
Yeah, definitely. He swings and misses here. It's 2-2.
I don't know if he's playing there or not, but I think he certainly could.
Yeah, he's a solid guy. Good defensively, puts the ball in play. And just a great kid. Run through a wall for you.
Absolutely.
Jumps out of the way of that one, and we're going to go full count here. Fouls that one off, and it just pops out of the catcher's glove.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
Because the next foul tip that comes back is usually off the mask, you know.
Yeah.
So that adds to the level of frustration.
Yeah.
So.
And that one's pulled into left. Left fielder's coming over. And the center fielder comes over and makes the play there in the gap. Couldn't see it, but hauled in for out number 2.
There's a good at bat there, you know. One of the longer ones of the game so far. And, I mean, if you want to get Bowerman off the mound, try and get to the bullpen, you've got to work 5 pitch at bats. If not, if you're making early outs or you're swinging early, you want to square it up. Owen did a nice job there, but if you're swinging early now down 3 runs, you want it to be on the barrel.
Yeah. That brings up the catcher, Ryder Swanson. Swanson comes in hitting .354, hot at the end of the season, including the bomb, game-winning home run right against
Cape Henlopen.
Yeah, in the regular season.
That's a big swing up at the in a tough environment at Cape.
Yeah. And he flies this from the center, and Drab's going to be under it for out number 3. So at the end of 2, Decatur trails 4-1. We'll be coming back in just a bit. All right, coming back here in the top of the third, we've had a pitching change. So Lucas Loring, who was the DH, has now moved to the mound. So that'll be the day for Matt Wright. Matt went 2 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Just didn't seem to quite have it today. I don't know if it was nerves or just didn't have it. You know,
sometimes you just got to give credit where credit is due to a quality team with, you know, in their offense. I mean,
sometimes it be like that, is what they say.
Yeah, I mean, when you got kids lining balls in the gap, and then the next guy drops a bunt down. That's selfless baseball. It's a tough ask, man.
So Lucas is 3-0 with a 1.0 ERA this year, and he gets it up there in a hurry. He's in the high 80s, tops out at 89 his last time out. The junior.
That pitch came in at 90.
90. All right, well, now he's got a new high for the season. And Del White is the hitter. Del, last time up, lined it to the left center field fence, came around to score. Woo. A little behind that one.
Yeah, the scouting report on White is no fastballs, but when you can touch 90, you know, you might be a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah. Straight gas here, and he got a piece of it, and he dumps it in the right center for a base hit. Looked like it jammed him up, but he muscled it over the infield.
He hits him. It's a scouting report. He hits him. So, you know, hey.
90 miles an hour is nothing for him.
And he's 15 years old.
Are you kidding me?
He's 15. Okay.
Good Lord, he looks like he's 22.
I don't know what the cereal is up in Pasadena. I don't know if he's going to Harris Teeter or he's going to Weiss. It's got to be Weiss, right? I think Weiss is a big one up there. I think Weiss cheese might be something there.
Yeah.
He likes hitting cheese, so.
I guess. So that brings up Bowerman, who squares the bunt, of course. Pulls it back in time. Takes ball 1. And he pulls this one. Wade with a nice play, throws to second for 1, back to first. Now McLaughlin eats it. Great play by Stephen Wade right there, man. Dive and stop.
Yeah, that was a nice stop there. That was trouble heading to the corner on, you know, with some serious velo off the bat. I mean, he did a nice job on that, knocking that down, going to your backhand side.
That's going to bring up Blake Jarmer, the catcher. Struck out last time. Bowerman's on first. He fouls off the first pitch.
Thanks, sir.
Look, when you're lefty on the mound, you're the catcher up at the plate, and your lefty's cruising, you're swinging early.
Yeah.
Almost on purpose.
And Bowerman's off, and here comes the throw from Swanson. Not in time. Bowerman's in standing up.
And Mom's shaking her head over here down to your left. She wants him to slide and avoid.
She didn't yell it. That's good. Like,
I know.
There's a lot of moms be like, slide.
And she's under the microphone. She knows it. So.
So now runner on second for Jarmer, the catcher, who swings and misses. And he's not happy about it. Second strikeout for him. And that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Jaden Sierra.
If you want to get some momentum back on your side, Mike, you want to get the ender right here with 2 outs.
Most definitely.
You know, Chesapeake did a wonderful job last inning, obviously getting 3 2-out runs. So you want to swing some momentum back in your favor. Try and get the ender here any way possible and get back up to the plate. So.
Swing and miss on the fastball there. Sierra scored, doesn't have an official at bat. I think he was trying to bunt. I can't remember if he laid one down or not. Did he get a sack bunt down? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he did, yeah.
Oh, he's hit by the pitch.
Oh, no, sorry.
That's right. He's behind this one.
Way late, you know, belt high and elevated.
Yeah.
Don't be too pretty here.
Don't be cute.
Yeah, don't be too cute here.
Don't speed the bat up, throw something off speed. Let him rope it in the right field. And straight heat there for strike 3. So Lucas Loring sits him down in the top of the third. Decatur will be coming up, trailing 4-1 in the bottom of the third. Caden Shockley, the center fielder, leading off. And Bowerman out for his third inning of work. Scattered 2 hits so far, only 1 run, 1 strikeout, no walks.
Done a nice job.
Yeah.
And like we said, you know, a challenging day for them, a long day for them.
Yeah.
You've been to the teammate's funeral, you know, father's funeral.
Yeah.
To, you know, come down and throw strikes and get an early lead. That's big for them.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it. We thought it could go one of 2 ways. Either it's going to be a real lift or they're going to be emotionally drained, and it seems
Sure.
Seems like it's the former.
You know, win, lose, or draw, I think these boys will be sleeping on the bus ride home.
Yeah,
you know,
no doubt about it.
Fired up initially if they win, but you know, hats off to them.
Yeah.
Really tough ask for sure.
So Shockley comes in batting .353. Got some glasses. A few games into the season, and all of a sudden started hitting the ball all over the place. Good speed.
Look, they adjust their eyewear and play ball. We adjust our eyewear so we don't trip over the getting up and going into the shower in the mornings. You know,
Right,
so
exactly. Oh, breaking ball there down low. Strike 2. Maybe a changeup. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was a breaking ball, but we talked about it in the pregame scouting report. 3-1 breaking ball. With a 3-1 lead, you know, they're not afraid to do things backwards.
You know, it reminds me of, we always say it on this broadcast, it reminds me of a Femi coach team.
Right.
That was pull foul. They're not afraid to do stuff like that. 3-1, they'll throw a curveball.
Sure.
They're not afraid to bunt. They're not afraid to put runners in motion. They don't have they had the one big kid, but they don't have a bunch of imposing guys that look like they're going to drive the ball out of the park. But
yeah, there's not many schools that can just slug their way through it.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to win in different ways against different opponents.
Yeah.
And top to bottom, their conference and their county is tough.
Oh yeah.
It's tough. No offense to anybody in the Bayside, but it's a dogfight every game there.
Speaking of a dogfight, Caden's fouling pitches off here.
Doing a great job as a approach as a second leadoff man. He's got plus speed.
Yeah.
Pivotal for them and crucial if he can get on base here to really, in the third inning, to give him a spark.
Top it up. And that's out of play. It's an experienced Decatur team. These boys have played together a long time. They've had a lot of success. They've won state championships at the Little League level. They've been one game from Williamsport Little League World Series. You know, these guys have been through a lot of stuff. So being down 4-1 in the third inning is probably not a huge deal for them yet. Caden's on with a walk.
That's a huge at-bat for Caden Shockley there.
Yep.
Handing it off to Waylon, who's also going to grind out his at-bats, you know.
Always does.
You want to see him put something together here, string a few runners on base together and try and claw back into it, square it up. You got a little time. You don't need to hit a 3-run homer right away. It'd be nice, but...
So Hobgood takes ball 1. Waylon 0 for 1 today.
I think Waylon's gone through like 2 or 3 pairs of pants. I heard him talking about with between slides and dives. Yeah,
had a hole last game. There was the black pants, I think, last game that had a hole in the back of the leg.
Yeah, it was. Yep. There was no fabrication from his teammates there talking about it. So that's the type of player you want. Fabrication. Oh my, I missed that.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
Man. Checks over the first.
I mean, with fabric right in it. I mean, if I got to talk about it, must not have been that funny.
So I was questioning whether you knew what that meant or not, and I didn't catch the pun there.
It was right in there.
That's amazing.
It was right in there.
Way smarter.
Somebody will comment in there about
I give you credit for. That one's up high.
Coming in the second time through the order, you know, Bowerman here, might see a little bit of different, something with some wiggle or some spin. He wants a ground ball here too.
That was his 40th pitch.
Very efficient so far.
Yeah, 27 strikes. And that's popped up to shortstop. And Carroll is under it, and he's got it for the first out. All the smart people.
We got fans here. We want to keep our, what do they say? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Yes,
but we're not enemies here today. Especially when they're laughing at my jokes,
Yeah. So that brings up A.J. Cobb. 1 for 1 today. Base hit in the left field last time up.
Probably going to see a little bit of that out of the Decatur hitters here. They want to get Bowerman out of rhythm. Probably going to be some timeouts called, We used to say a little fake dust in the eye, something's wrong with the contacts, but I don't have contacts.
That one on the outside.
A quality strike there.
Yeah, nice pitch.
That's a pitcher's pitch right there. If the front shoulder flies out, that's an inning-ending double play. So keep going into the at-bat. You got 2 more to work with.
Move over to first. I still don't think we've seen his best move yet, but Caden's not getting much over there, really.
And got down 3. You're ultra conservative, especially early.
Yeah.
You get thrown out on the bases down 3 runs. As a coach, you're in the principal's office the next day.
Right. Throws over again.
You like him so much, get his number.
Up high. Cobb swings and misses, and now he's down 1 and 2.
And reset here, 2 strikes, and Bowerman for the most part is going to be around the zone. Now you as a hitter have to expand here and protect. You expanded a little bit there in the hitter's count, but now you really got to try and get the ball in play here, especially with your speed.
Yeah, Bowerman just waits, man. I like it.
He's cerebral out there.
He is cerebral.
He's cerebral out there. He wants to see Caden flinch. If they're putting a runner in motion, he wanted to see it.
Yeah, that's fouled down the right field line. It's going to be, it landed in play.
It started.
Not in play. It landed inside the field.
Yeah, sorry. And that was out of the field off the bat. So you're seeing what the outfielders are dealing with
Looks
here
like
now.
It's blowing pretty good back out to left again.
Yeah, it's going left center now.
Center, yeah.
It's swirling, man.
So
Front's coming.
How did Caden get to second base? Does anybody know? He balked. We missed that. You want a headset? You're doing a little better than us. Evidently, he balked, and Caden, I don't know what we were doing.
Look, moms see everything with what their boys. She called him out.
Yeah.
She's going to have something to say to him about that, too.
I was probably trying to figure out what cerebral meant, and I wasn't paying attention. I do know what cerebral means, by the way.
You're a smart guy.
Yeah. Holds up on that. It was a tough pitch to hold off on.
Yeah, he's seen AJ swinging at pitches up, both at bats. So, right now, guys are getting underneath stuff. So, living at the knee's necessarily not, essential for them right now until Decatur gets the top hand through the zone a little better.
Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt for the outs. Out number 2.
Yeah, that's what you see. That's a 3A playoff at bat. 2 competitive guys going at it, calling time, delaying a little bit. Bowerman on the winning end of it. AJ's a little bit steep going through the zone in these first 2 at bats. The back shoulders collapse, and he's almost coming through the zone, with the barrel going up.
Yeah. Seems like Bowerman's just staying away. Away. Not overpowering, but these guys can't get to it. So that brings up Gus Kroll here. 0 for 1 on the day.
And right back to 2-out RBI situations. We're talking about Chesapeake's got 3 2-out RBIs.
Yeah.
We have 1. If you want to crawl back in the game, you got to have your senior here. Try and find some green if at all possible.
Yeah. I love it. You don't often see this stuff at a high school baseball game. It's a little gamesmanship here.
Little gamesmanship. 2 competitive guys. It's
Bowerman stepping off.
Right.
Faking throws. Taking his time. Holding it. It's great stuff.
Really want to hunt fastball here. Bowerman's breaking pitch is coming out of the hand just a little bit early this inning. It's elevated. If you get a hanger, fine, but you want to try and be aggressive on any fastball around the zone that you get.
That's grounded towards short. Carroll comes up with it, throws to first, and that's that. So at the end of 3, it's 4-1. Chesapeake over Stephen Decatur. We'll be back. All right, coming back in here at the top of the fourth inning. 4-1. Chesapeake leads Decatur. Number 15 coming up, Carter Drab, the center fielder. Carter 2 for 2 on the day. Run scored and an RBI. Lucas Lauren back on the mound for his second inning of work. See how this goes. Strike one. Swing and miss at strike two.
Yeah, he's attacking with a fastball. You got to hold him to 3. That's the name of the game. That's what the coach and staff, Coach Farrow and everybody in there are saying. Got to hold him to 3. I heard a crunch in there out in the parking lot.
Is that a car?
A little crowd echo. Nobody's dropping anything out there.
Breaks off a curveball there.
He left that breaking ball up there. Go ahead. What were you saying?
What does he have? Doesn't he throw some crazy pitch?
I don't think he's just two-pitch guy right now. I haven't seen Lucas throw.
I mean, he was the guy who had some crazy. It's like a
fork ball or a sweeper.
Fork ball. Yeah.
Just getting some live updates here. Snow Hill's up 4-3 right now.
Against
top of the fourth in their sectional final against the Washington Jaguars, who've had a really good year this year.
Yeah, they have, and walked off Pocomoke in their last game. Last I checked, North Dorchester was up 2-1 on Colonel Richardson, the top seed. And Drab goes down on the high fastball there.
And a nice job using number 1, getting the first out of the inning.
Yeah. We got Parkside score. Parkside leading. It's Parkside leading 2-1 over Kent Island. So Snow Hill up on Washington, North Dorchester up on Colonel Richardson, Parkside up on Kent Island.
North Dorchester's had an outstanding year this year.
They've been on fire, man. They got this sophomore kid. They got several kids. Senior going to Rutgers Camden. Bryce Bradley, I think is his name. And Jordan Rogalski, little sophomore, throwing upper 80s.
Yeah, he's in the upper 80s.
Yeah.
He was a preseason all sophomore team. I saw all-state sophomore class. Yeah.
Speaking of that, Nate Berzonski into the top 10 according to Prep Baseball Report. Number 1 pitcher for the class of 2025 in the state according to PBR. And this is fly to right center. This might be tough. Hobgood's coming over and makes the catch. Out number 2 there.
You don't know what it's literally a minute-by-minute thing with how the ball is carrying today here.
Yeah, blowing it straight out to left the way it looks now.
Yeah, it was a nice job by Whalen getting into the gap there. That ball, he just missed that ball. He did a nice job there.
And that brings up Cole Parsons, the second baseman. Cole 0 for 1 today. Swings and misses, strike 1.
A little raindrops mixing in, I think, here now.
Seeing people scramble a little bit. There's a breaking ball there just off the plate.
That's definitely his best breaking pitch so far, for sure.
That was pretty. Tunneled it, too. You know, first pitch fastball, a little across the letters, and then throws the curveball right over the plate that breaks just outside, but hitter lays off. And right back to it again. So 1 and 2, 2 outs to Cole Parsons. That one's fouled off.
I think the foul ball patrol's out there.
They're busy.
They're ready. We've had a lot more fouls off today. I mean, especially Lucas going to run it up there now. Chesapeake get the bat head moving here.
That one's fly down the left field line. Kroll over and makes the catch in foul territory for out number 3. Decatur coming up to bat in the bottom of the 4th, down 4-1. We'll be coming right back.
All right, now as we get ready and enter the bottom of the 4th inning, we want to make sure we give another good shout out to all our wonderful sponsors down here. We have Mike Gaylor coming in, you know, flashing his card through the fence just a second ago. He wants another shout out. So it's just a reminder that we want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors for all of our athletes and all of our programs here in Stephen Decatur. We really, really appreciate it and look forward to doing it again next year. So.
Yeah. So Lucas Lauren comes up. Lucas 1 for 1 with the RBI, drove in Decatur's only run so far. Doing a great job on the mound. Real quick inning last time. We were talking about it during the break. It's important these guys, they need to do something here. And he gets under this one, pops it up to shortstop. And it's out number 1.
Hit a lot of balls in the air out on the front foot. Bowerman's doing a nice job changing speeds, changing eye levels, but he's getting our guys, you know, right now just about the midway point here, out on the front foot, hitting the ball in the air. Need to simplify our approach, you know, try and cut the ball in half here.
That brings up Ryan McLaughlin, 0 for 1 today. Swings and misses at that breaking ball right there. Yeah, like you say, he's keeping him off balance, not overpowering, just in, out, up, down, fast, slow. He's pitching, man.
Definition of a lefty, 3-pitch mix, plus changeup for a high school kid especially. Done an outstanding job.
Yeah. In his 4th inning of work here, only 2 hits given up so far.
And he's 74 to 76 on our gun, but I tell you, it's a quick mid-70s because of all the off-speed offerings and how he's located. We talked about it, you know, all season long. It can be 55 to 57 miles an hour if he is locating and changing speeds. It's going to be plus.
McLaughlin way out in front. Strike 2.
Cut down here, shorten up, widen out your base.
Top this one at second base. It's going to be a tough play, and it's not in time. McLaughlin beats it out for the infield hit. That was a tough one.
And Ryan's a plus runner, but it's off the end cap with some weird English on it, so Ryan does a nice job getting down the line.
Kind of just died there between pitcher's mound and second base a little bit.
Yeah, it did. It was spinning away from the second baseman, so
not much he could do with it.
No, not much Parsons could really do with that. So
that brings up Kinnair, grounded out to second base on his first pitch he saw last time. Legit power threat here, Kinnair. 5 home runs on the year. Comes in batting .373.
Yeah, Owen had a really nice offensive year. He simplified it. He really did a nice job.
Yeah. Snap throw there. He's almost gotten a couple people on that snap throw.
Just McLaughlin getting down the line, but got to read. He's got A, B, and C moves, and the snap throw is definitely the best.
Yeah. Owen pops this one up into foul territory. First baseman coming over, and that's going to be out of play.
Yeah, little steep like we said, and we're just talking about, try and literally slice the ball in half here. You put it on the ground. Ryan did it last at bat. I mean, you can make things happen. So little steep from our swing so far, but not much time, but a little time to adjust. So.
Kinnair calls timeout. Bowerman again, just holding it. It's great playing, man. Just creates discomfort for the hitter. It doesn't give the runner any advantage over there. And Owen lifts this one in the right center. That's going to get in there and bounces away from the right fielder, Ciari, and McLaughlin's going to third. So Decatur's got a little life here now. In the bottom of the fourth with 1 out, runners on first and third.
He hit it in the right spot. Wind playing havoc out there. Yep. We've got some raindrops coming, but like we just talked about, you put the ball in play and get it in spots, you're going to find some green.
Yep.
That's your best chance for success.
So they're going to come out and talk to Bowerman now. And we'll see if Decatur puts anything on the first and third. Time run at the plate now. We'll come back in just a second. All right, coming back in here, bottom of the fourth inning. Decatur's got a little something happening. First and third with the senior first baseman, Stephen Wade, coming up. Stephen had a big hit against Crofton. See if he can do the same kind of thing here. It's where you love to have a senior, Good spot for a senior.
Yeah, this is a spot for a senior,
And there he is, line drive in the center. That's going to get down for a base hit. And McLaughlin comes in to score. It's 4-2.
And we talk about early reports. Stephen Wade is a first pitch fastball hitter.
Yeah.
He is going to swing if it's remotely close to the strike zone on a fastball early. He did a nice job. He did not wait and let Bowerman get him in a rhythm or get his timing off. He attacked early, and Hawks got something cooking here now.
They do. First and second. That brings up Ryder Swanson, the junior catcher. And the dugout's awake. And Bowerman comes back with a strike.
That's a quality fastball first pitch right there. Inside on the knees, inside edge. Try to flush that one and adjust.
Interesting that they cover second base with a shortstop, even with the right-handed batter.
I mean, Ken King did that, long-time coach there. Hall of Fame, Maryland Hall of Fame coach. Kenny does. He wants to give them a sight line target. He wants to hold that runner close.
And there's what happens.
And they got
him right off. Picked him off. And I was getting ready to say that, man. I was getting ready to say, that second baseman's lurking. They're kind of doing some stuff over there, doing some strange stuff. Maybe something's getting ready to happen. And sure enough, Bowerman spins, and that's a rally killer right there.
Yeah, they want to minimize leads in scoring position, so they're going to have a middle infielder cover it like a first baseman.
Yeah.
And, boy, it paid off there big time.
I don't know what happened, but we used to have a play where the pitcher would just watch the catcher. The catcher would give a flash sign, and as soon as he does that, the pitcher turns and throws without even looking. And
timing and reps.
Yeah.
Timing and reps. They're rep.
That's a well-coached team.
Yes, it is.
So 2 outs now. 0-2 to Ryder. See if he can do anything with it. That one's inside on him. Jumps out of the way. Chesapeake players thought they had him.
Gonna try and put the ball in play here with 2 strikes, Mike.
Yeah, gotta do something. And swing and a miss. That ball's in the dirt. Catcher steps on the outside line, throws him out for the 3rd out. So that's going to be 4-2. Decatur gets one back in the bottom of the 4th. We're heading to the 5th. That's going to probably be it for me, man. Hopefully be back here on Friday.
All right, brother. I'm hoping to send our last broadcast.
Yeah.
It's been a heck of a ball game.
If we come back, then they're probably not going to let me do this anymore, right? As soon as I leave.
You just got to leave in the 4th inning. That's what you only have to the 4th inning. So if not, it's been a pleasure.
It has been an absolute pleasure.
Yep. We'll have to get on the Legion game or do something. Anne Arundel County ball if we can get a broadcast up there.
We'll be back in the fall, too, for some football.
We'll do some football, man. Play-by-play skills now. It's Tyler Riley now doing play-by-play, color. Got Dave beside me. We're going to see what we can do here. We're going into the top of the 5th inning, leading off with Sean Carroll. Shortstops played a nice job today out there at short. So Lucas Loring still on the mound for our Seahawks here. Delivers the first pitch at the top of the 5th inning as a fastball for a strike at the knees. Got one back there in the bottom of the 4th. Could have been a little bit more, but you're happy with one. The ball down. 1 ball and 1 strike to Sean Carroll. Ground ball hit the 3rd. Kinnear on the run, dug out by Stephen Wade. Nice job by the senior over at first base. Came up with a big RBI hit in the bottom of the 4th inning and then flashes the glove there with a heck of a pick. Good job by 0-2, playing through that ground ball down the 3rd baseline. So you got 1 out here. The 3rd baseman, Nate Matkins, coming up for Chesapeake. Fastball just down for a ball. 1 ball and no strike. It's up and in, 2-0. Matkins is 0 for 2 today. Ball down and in, 3-0 now. Just barely missing their quality misses here. You want to see Lucas rebound, attack the strike zone. Came back nicely there with a fastball, 3 balls and a strike. Want to keep it at 2 here if you're Loring and the Seahawks. Line drive, it's up the middle for a base hit. So Matkins works a nice at-bat there for his first hit. He's on with one out. Got Big Del White, the DH, coming up. Del, big boy, 15 years old. Swing looks great too. I mean, he's not just the size. He's got awesome swing mechanics. He's going to hunt fastballs in the zone. We've learned that through multiple reports and multiple swings, like right there. You're going to have to be eye level. The 1 ball and 1 strike to Big Del White. Runner at first. Takes a short lead. Did a nice job holding there. Lucas plus slider there, just breaks down and away. That's how you're going to have to attack Del White. Being able to throw breaking balls around the strike zone. Fouled straight back. Healthy hack there. Lucas is 88 to 90 today. Hit 90. It's his hardest recorded pitch for us on the season here for Lucas. Junior right-hander. Gets his sign from Ryder Swanson. Comes set. He kicks in the pitch. Fouled straight back again. Want to really think about here, trying to get a slider started at the middle of the plate, knee high, get him to chase or roll over a ball to the left side of the infield, try and get a double play. There goes the runner, swing and a miss. Got him. Strike him out, throw him out. Got the best scenario you can get there. So a little momentum back on the side of our Stephen Decatur Seahawks here going into the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll see what they can do offensively, and we'll be right back. All right, we're coming back here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We got a replay of that strike him out, throw him out. That's all right.
Maybe not the strike part.
I'm Ron Kinnear hopping into the booth here. Here we go. So obviously gets a fastball by White, which is huge in itself. Ryder with a good exchange. A little bit on the first base side, but AJ's sitting right there in the perfect spot to receive the throw. It's a good transfer by Ryder and a huge play going into the bottom of the 5th inning here. So
can we say momentum shift?
I think we've got the momentum on our side. You know, the little backdoor pick play there slightly stalled it. But I think when you can make that happen, oh, here's another good look at it from the first base camera. You got him right before he got there. I think if he slides directly into the bag, he may beat that, but we'll take it.
You got a 3-man crew out here today, so there's really no questioning what's happening out there.
No.
Each guy's covering a bag out there.
Right. The Bowerman rocks and fires to Caden Shockley, a ground ball hit to third. Matkins fields, throws high and down the line. I didn't see the ball actually go by. I thought I thought that Cam Sisson had that ball in his glove. He did not. It kicked by him down the line. So Shockley is on to start the bottom of the 5th inning. Hey, we talked about it. Mike and I were talking about it, and we leaned to you guys in between innings. You put the ball in play on a kid like Bowerman, who's been efficient in the strike zone. I mean, he's 75% strikes, so with a 3-pitch mix. So you got to get runners on base any way possible. Waylon Hobgood up here.
0 for 2, 2 flyouts. Waylon's living a little bit large from last game. Needs to get back to basics. And I'm sure coaches had a talk with him about that.
Yeah, he's gonna work a quality bat. You want to try and see him work a deep count here. Little bunt to the first base side. Bowerman spins and throws, and he's safe. Looks like the ball hit the ground. I believe the umpire says the ball actually came out of the glove. We're gonna get a replay look at it. Heck of a play by Bowerman there to field that ball on the first base side and spin and throw. So as of right now, we've got first and second, nobody out. Here's the replay, Ron. So obviously Bowerman's in the corner of the lower screen. He spins and throws. Looks like,
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't tell.
He kind of juggled it in his glove, but it was in the glove. So
It looks like Carroll's glove may have turned, fingertips down, but we can't tell on the replay if the ball actually came out or not. He had the bag with his back right foot. Now there's where he says that he drugged the ball. Maybe the umpire said, he's pointing down, so he says the ball hit the dirt. I mean, it's a break for the Seahawks right here, tough break for the Cougs, but
sorry I wasn't with you on that conversation. Scoring a play like that is not easy.
Well, first off, you got to wait and see what the actual final ruling is.
Right.
So. And you're not the most patient individual, I can tell you. So, come on. AJ squares and pulls back on a breaking ball. So it comes back down to what we talked about earlier with bunt defenses, 2-out RBIs. This is a no doubt about it bunting situation here for Cobb. So
especially with Kroll on deck.
3, 4, 5 coming up in the order here with nobody out after AJ. Bowerman comes set, he lifts and delivers. Bunted down the third base line, foul. So you don't mind keep hugging the lines early in the at-bat if you're squaring around. Cobb's got the speed to beat it out for a hit. Now he wants to shoot the bunt lanes. He wants to shoot the bunt lanes.
Where are you going right now? You going 1 or 3?
Well, they're going to try. They're going to do their best to keep the Matkins at third to get the 4. So you want to bunt it down the third base line. You want to make Bowerman make the play, not the charging first baseman, because he's a left-handed thrower anyway. So he fields and throws directly at third, no issue. So you want to bunt it down the third base line here.
You got the shortstop holding Shockley. Second baseman's way over near first, getting ready to cover the bag at first. The lefty pitcher.
And they're charging first baseman here on a read. It's down, foul, yeah.
Good job by the catcher to gobble that ball before it rolled.
Oh, that was a great play by Jammer there. It did, and a really good call by the umpire. The ball did sit completely still in the box, so, I mean, really, luckily it did not hit AJ's foot there.
Well, he would have been in the box, right?
Well, I don't know. He was moving a little bit early. Yeah, he was booking it. Right now, you want to see AJ keep his feet still. Pure sack bunt only here, not a bunt, not bunting for a hit at all.
2 strikes here, but not sure if we're going to see a bunt here.
Bowerman kicks and delivers. Line drive. That ball's headed in the gap.
Go!
Grounding third, heading for home is Caden Shockley.
Oh, and here comes.
Waylon Hobgood will easily score. Big 2-out RBI, double AJ Cobb. And we are all square here at 4 apiece in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Look, sorry, still scoring that one, man.
That's all right. You're good. No, you're good. We're fine. AJ with a great job. He got the barrel, top hand moving. Here's a replay here.
What's going on?
Got the top hand through the zone. Obviously, get the ball in the gap, and Shockley and Hobgood with their speed are going to score, and AJ right behind them. So AJ been a little bit steep with his swings early. He got the top hand going through the zone there. We're all square.
Nice little gesture there. Shortstop gave AJ a little pound. Nice sportsmanship. And then you got Gus. Let's get on the Gus bus here. Let's go, Gus.
Breaking ball up from Bowerman. Gus had a nice cut there on that. If it's hanging, you want to try and attack that. So no balls and a strike here to Kroll, your senior. Bowerman comes set. He steps off. He wants to talk to Jammer for a second. So 3, 4, 5 coming up in the order. Guys that are comfortable in the moment. They've been on the barrel all year long for the most part against quality opponents. So at minimum, Gus wants to try and go middle backside here and at least get AJ over to third with no outs in the inning. He kicks and delivers. That ball swung on in line to left for a base hit. Cobb's going to be held by Coach Shockley at third base on a great hold there by Mike. AJ's got plus speed, but with nobody out, that's the hold that you want to see from your third base coach. We've got first and third, nobody out here for the Seahawks. I think this might be it for Noah Bowerman. He's done a wonderful job today on the road. 4+ quality innings. Here's Gus's base hit to left. Breaking ball left up in the zone. He hits a top spin line drive right at the left fielder. AJ held at third base, and with no outs, you're not going to risk that there, especially. Was today, and he's out here on the mound, and we really want to take some time and tip the cap and spread the word that the character of this young man right now and his teammates is second to none and unmatched and tragic, to say the least. So we want our boys to win, but we're rooting for a kid like him. So he starts off Lucas with a breaking ball there, and Kroll steals second base.
And like Like you said, Josh is at the pitch, and Noah, our starting pitcher, went over to first base.
Okay, so Bowerman's over to first. Josh is in the pitch. Lucas hits a ball up the middle. It's gloved by Carroll. He throws off balance and not in time. The Loring beats out the infield base hit. And an RBI again for Lucas Loring, and the Hawks take a 5-4 lead.
Machine.
He is. He really is. Really is a kid who you want it to play with runners in scoring position. He finds a way to get it done. He sees his peripherals, and he's going to put the ball in play. So,
and if it's in his wheelhouse, he's going to hit it, and he's going to hit it hard somewhere.
Well, that ball swung in line to left. First pitch aggressiveness from McLaughlin, and it's 6-4 Stephen Decatur. So the University of Delaware commit hits a line drive to left. And in 3 pitches, the Seahawks have a 6-4 lead. First and second, nobody out for your boy, Owen Kinnear.
Specializes getting thrown out and picked off at second, but let's see if
you wanted the microphone for that so bad. Takes a breaking ball up in the zone. Owen's going to do a nice job. Not going to do much chasing on pitches out of the strike zone. He's really simplified his approach this year, and he's worked really, really hard. So, and another senior with first and second, nobody out. You want to try, like we said, be as productive as you can.
And it's not about pitch count here. It's having good at-bats. It's winning each at-bat, whether that means a walk, whether it means a hit, or any pitch at-bat. You know what I mean? Let his teammates see what Josh Boyd is throwing here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a senior-laden approach to hitting. You know, this is what he's worked for it. So now,
I mean, between you and I just want him to hit one out. But
well, obviously, I mean, we all do. We all do. It's not just you, but you more so than most.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Healthy cut there by Kinnear, and he must have been.
Yeah, that was 120% swing.
Yeah, he wants to, I guess he wants to be able to go home from not getting picked off. You know what I mean? So 1-1 count to Kinnear. Boyd comes set, takes a peek at second. Nobody's covering. Here's the pitch. Tough check. The umpire calls check swing strike on Kinnear. I'm not sure. It was on the, they called a strike on the swing, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, I'm going to give it to Owen. He sometimes hits better with a 2-strike.
Hey,
he's got a better short
He
approach.
was not meant. It was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Yeah,
so.
Divine intervention.
Yeah, so we'll go with it.
Yeah.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Owen. You know, things are out of your control. You just got to flush it and go.
Well, there's the callback, because that was definitely a strike.
Yeah.
Chesapeake at home over in Pasadena. That was a ring him up, cash register.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to a challenging at bat to our home plate umpire, but we'll work through it here. So here's the 2-2. Ball up and in. So he's run the count full. First and second. Motions are definitely running high, folks. We got both dugouts, players from both sides here. Get things under control. Competitive environment, can't knock them for that, but we don't want to come out unglued here.
And here's the thing, no matter what happens with Owen, you know, and we joke around like he's not allowed to eat tonight or not, there's 20 boys in that dugout that I feel are a part of mine, you know what I mean? So
sure.
If one doesn't necessarily come through, others come through.
Sure.
You know? And
ball down. Worked a great at bat there.
Yeah.
You know, things happen that are out of your control, and there's nothing you can do about it. He worked a nice job, worked a great at bat there, and bases loaded walk. All right, so we got bases loaded still, 6-4 ball game, nobody out, bottom of the 5th inning. We're going to take a short break and come right back. All right, well, we're back. Bottom of the 5th inning, bases loaded, nobody out for our Seahawks here. We want to give another big shout out, like we said, to all of our supporters and sponsors and everybody who makes this financially possible, because honestly nothing is really free. So to make things work, we got to have good people that back it. You're exactly right. So let's go through them real quick. Fisher's Popcorn, The Kitchen, R&M HVAC, Made in the Shade Blinds, Shade Shutters, Dolly's Popcorn, Garden Grill, Blue Crab Travel, Assateague Crab House, Titan Elite Training, the Brooklyn Properties, Southside Grill and Deli, and Mio's Italian Steakhouse. Thank you all for helping make this possible this season, and hopefully we finish this off today and do it again on Friday. But anyway, we're back. Senior number 22, Stephen Wade, the first baseman. He's up in a big spot here with the bases loaded and nobody out. Jimmy Dreyer's first pitch is a strike, fastball at the knees. Here, nobody out. Oh, let me unmute you. Sorry.
Thanks, man.
You're
taking
welcome.
taking all the glory, man.
Well, not the glory.
Yeah.
I just, you're
you're
texting me.
all the
You're on the
talent.
iPad.
I'm getting the changes. We got number 12 out in the left field. Number 12 is Mr. Spoon.
Yeah, Christian Spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And on the bump is number 17, Jimmy Dreyer.
Dreyer.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yep.
But he's up 0-2 here on Steven.
Hey, we won't butcher his last name quite as bad as Coach Jamie Greenwood did during the opening thing. Sorry, Coach Greenwood.
It should.
You do a wonderful job here for our school. You're a gem.
It's spelled D-R-E-Y-E-R.
I'm going to say Dreyer. I'm going to say Dreyer.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Dreyer.
That's all right. I've heard Canary being butchered.
Oh, I butcher it every time I talk to you. So here's the pitch. Up high to the backstop. Lucas is scoring. He's in clean without a slide. So it's 7-4 Seahawks now on a wild pitch by Jimmy Dreyer.
And everybody moves up.
Runners have moved up second, third here. So we want to see Steven with 2 strikes here. Just put the ball in play, try and get it on the barrel, but at minimum, making some good contact, middle of the field. Corner should be in. I'm expecting the middle infield to be on the grass too, but they are not. They're actually playing deep with no force in order, so it's a little surprising.
Surprising, but 2 outs. Probably knew they were going to pitch it on the outside. It's situational baseball at the same time, right?
Yeah, I know.
Depending on the pitch count.
But think about it though. Down 7, you're down 3 runs late. You want to cut the down at plate. So they're bringing them in now.
Yeah,
they're bringing them in. If they get a ball in the infield, they want to try and get the out of the play here. Don't want to make it a 4-run game.
Yeah. And I mean, Decatur's only given up about 25 runs all season, 8 being the high against an ugly 6th inning against Parkside.
Ball's
and
lined.
That gets through. Stephen Wade,
base hit to
Mr.
right.
Baseball.
Shockley's going to hold Canara at third base with no outs still.
McLaughlin scores.
To Mr. Baseball, Stephen Wade with a base hit to right field.
What's that, 2 for 2, 2 3 RBIs? Have a day, Stephen Wade. All right, Ryder Swanson. Ryder has done a fabulous job all year behind the plate for the Seahawks. Can't say enough about this young man. I am not involved in the voting, but I see him getting Defensive Player of the Year for the Seahawks.
He's done a nice job. He's a little jumpy early in the season, but he's done a better job. That ball gets to the backstop. Kinnear's coming to the plate, and no throw.
Didn't get picked off. Attaboy.
And he did get picked off to the delight of his father. Makes my job easier sitting next to him, and it's a 9-4 ball game with a runner on second and nobody out here. I think they're going to run Riley Callaway here. So, long day for the Chesapeake Cougs. Might be some fatigue setting in here for these young men. They have been
all right, I know
whirlwind of emotions.
Yeah, I know Ryder's up to bat, but little stories about Riley Callaway. 2018 Little League. That man can steal 60 feet of base like you would not believe. Really put us in a position to be successful, not only up at Bristol when we went there with Berlin, but also in states.
Riley's a good kid. He puts the work in, man. He's a quality teammate.
So
selfless as can be.
Sixth inning, Riley Callaway is pinch running for somebody on third. I don't know that time. You know, you got that special pinch runner.
Sure.
And basically walks off the base a little bit as the strike comes in. As the catcher throws it back to the pitcher, homeboy dash, as we call it.
Hate to cut you off, but Swanson lines a base hit to left. Shockley's going to send Riley Callaway. He scores
and
without
that's
a
what
throw.
he does. That's what he does, ladies and gentlemen. So catcher throws the ball back to the pitcher. Dash, Riley Callaway steals home. We end up winning the game 2-1. On to Bristol, baby.
It's a story for the ages.
It is, man. And
Up to the beautiful state of Connecticut.
I don't know about beautiful.
Here's our replay, Ron. We got Swanson, who
good because I got to score
swinging
this
a hot stick, swings a top spin line drive to left, fielded on a hop. Riley Callaway's off on contact, got a nice read on that and scores without a throw. So just like that, as Mike Hughes leaves the broadcast booth, Decatur takes a 6-run lead.
Everybody who knows Mike Hughes right now, tell him to stay home.
Or stay at Senior Awards.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where he's got to go back to the auditorium or wherever that's at. So we've got another quick pitching change here. We're going to step away for just a second. 10-4, Stephen Decatur.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right, everybody, we're back here still in the bottom of the 5th inning with nobody out. We got a runner on first base and a 6-run lead. Talk about a drastic change of events. So, Mr. Kinnear, what was our switches here if you want to give our viewers?
We got Sean Carroll coming into pitch. He was the shortstop. Still trying to get a number on the shortstop. We also have Brogan Eastlack doing a little running for Ryder Swanson, who just hit that RBI single. So as soon as I get a number on that player out there, I'll let you guys know.
He's going to bring it to us. He does a great job relaying all our information here. So Caden Shockley at the plate with nobody out here in the 5th. Takes the 0-1 pitch for a strike, and it's
quickly in a hole.
Quickly in a hole, too. Caden was actually the first batter of the inning. So we had batted around here in the bottom of the 5th, which was cruising. Fouls that pitch off. Caden's done a nice job. He's another one like Owen who simplified his approach offensively. He swinging a little big, wanted to make an impression, with every swing, every at bat, and he simplified his approach, and he's done a nice job utilizing these skills.
All right, shortstop, we have number 10. Let's go with another foul ball So for the Cougars at shortstop, we have number 10. It's going to be
Carson Phillips.
Carson Phillips.
Yep. So Carson Phillips is on at short. Sean Carroll straight to the mound here to
You know what? I
try and
like
stop the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, I like the Cougars pants, man. I like the high socks. I like them.
Oh, they wear a great uniform. I tell you, Coach Ken King back in the day, I think they had 4 or 5 different sets of unis. I don't know.
I like
Joe,
baby blues,
Joe
man.
Seidler on that team, man. They you go to the swamp and play in their environment. It's a heck of a place to try and go into and win ball games. That's for sure. So ground ball hit sharply to short, backhanded. Over to second for 1, on to first, double play.
Just what the Cougars needed right there.
So Carson Phillips enters the game at shortstop, immediately gets a hard hit ball to him. Nice backhand play, flip over to second base, and get a twin killing and 2 outs. That's just what the doctor ordered for that.
Great play.
Oh, yep. And the ball, like we said, will always find you. It seems like you move over to short or come in fresh, and the ball is going to be hit to you. You might as well expect it. So.
And Brogan, not much you could do there. You know, that ball was hit hard, and Jacobs did a great job flipping it over to the second baseman Parsons. So, you know.
All right, Waylon Hobgood at the plate. Decatur leadoff man. Takes another pitch up in the zone. 2 balls and no strikes here.
Got a little sunshine peeking through the clouds right now. I don't know if you guys can see the shadows on the field.
It's been a whirlwind of different weather here. No surprise. And Hobgood hits that on the line, but caught by the left fielder. And that'll end the inning. So couldn't ask for a better bottom half of the 5th inning. 10-4 Seahawks as we head to the top of the 6th. We'll be right back. All right. We want to thank all our viewers today as we head into the top of the 6th inning. 8-run bottom of the 5th inning for Stephen Decatur in the sectional final here.
My man trying to mute me again.
I'm going to mute, man. I think you've caught on that it's semi-intentional now.
I know my place. Thank you.
Man, I'm going to have to go over and get Jordan Barton and Andrew Zanowicz. We're going to have to run through some worksheets here. Fastball for a strike. Lucas, that's what you want to do now. He gets ahead 0-1, but we're going to make them swing there. We want them to have to swing their way back into the ball game.
And I know, not sure coach's mindset right now and where he's at. You know, obviously looking at a 6-run lead, but Luke is quickly approaching that 60 number. He's at 43. Make that 44. You know, 60 is the number that he'd be available on Friday.
Yeah, you definitely want to not go over that, and I'm fairly certain that the coaching staff's going to keep a very close, watchful eye on that and hope for quick outs here, because you would like Lucas to, you know, finish this thing off if possible. I mean, he's one of your horses, so
But the more options you have, sometimes
Yep.
you never know if someone's just going to run into a little trouble.
Sure, and in the postseason here, that was a great point that Ron just made is, you got to keep an eye on pitch counts because it's an equivalent to days rest. So the amount of pitches you throw will factor in the days of rest you have to have before you throw again. And in a deep playoff run, you got to be mindful of that. But two teams like Chesapeake here and us, are blessed to have deep pitching staffs this year. So.
And, I've also heard, you got to win the one in front of you. So, so
look,
at the same time.
Look, a 6-run deficit is nothing to a Chesapeake Cougars baseball program team. Flat out.
Yeah.
They win. They're in the state championship running every single season. They play a tough schedule, top to bottom. They've been down. They've been up. They know how to win. They know how to come from behind. And right here, this at bat by Noah Bowerman, who was today's starting pitcher. He's fouling off 88 right now.
Yep.
They don't give up on any pitch.
He's reached base both times, a single first time up, and then a fielder's choice he hit into second time up. So he's going to put bat on ball.
Yep. And here's the 2-2 pitch, fouled off again. A quality at bat from the left-handed swinger, left-handed thrower. Pitch of the at bat is this, Ron? Do you know?
Number 8.
Eight pitch at bat. That's when you want to get back in the ball game. These are the at bats you got to have. So Lucas kicks. Oh, he walked him. Sorry, the scoreboard threw us off. It was 3-2. So a leadoff walk.
I had that too. So
we missed one somewhere.
So my pitch count might be off by 1 somewhere. For the viewers at home, if you can see pitch count. All right, number 9 coming up. Victim of strikeouts both times up. Looking to do damage here.
Yeah, Lucas comes set and delivers. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. No balls and a strike to Jaden Sierra. Or sorry, no, that's Blake Jammer, a catcher. Sorry, got it mixed up. Jammer's doing a nice job behind the plate today. A breaking ball, squibbed out to Loring. He throws to second for 1. Not going to be in time on the throw over to first. Came out of his hand a little bit weird there. So hold on. Okay, so he was ruled out there. He just said it. And we got a little bit of confusion right now. I'm not really sure. Okay, so yeah, he did ruling out there. That ball came out of Lucas's hand a little funny, and he's shaking his hand now. I think we're going to probably see some action. Here's the replay. Lucas steps and throws. Ball slips out of his hand.
Ryan dragged his foot on the bag. Definitely got the one.
Yeah, he had it. Yeah,
definitely got him at second.
Yeah, he had it there. So
it was an awkward, probably position from Chesapeake bench. Especially from the third base side because he dragged it going towards right field. So might have thought it came off. But you got the replay right there at home.
So you got the lead off out there. Got the lead runner, for the first out of the inning. And so Lucas
What's going on over on first? Can we get a quick look over there?
I think the base jarred out.
Is that Cole Kohut? Cole Kohut, field maintenance.
Well, he's one of the stronger kids. So if the base was stuck in there for any reason, he's definitely pulling it out. He's one of our multi-sport athletes and a quality wrestler. So
looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner, number 11.
Yep, C.J. August is running for Jammer, the Chesapeake catcher. So I think the confusion and the chaos is subsided here and resulted in the lead out for the first out of the inning at second base, a runner on first, and a pinch runner for the catcher, Jammer.
I don't always like to see it, but, man, I love to pick off a pinch runner. Coming off on the bench, maybe not quite headstrong into the game.
We know what you love. we'll keep an eye on him
so he
over
doesn't
there
get
with a 6-run lead.
Just because he doesn't get picked off on second.
Swung on, fouled out of play. Yeah, here, boy, that's stuck in your craw, man. I feel bad for Owen.
Burns me up. I mean, it's all working out for the best right now, but God, that's all right.
So Lucas
Love that kid.
Lucas is up around 50, so he did a nice job getting ahead there. Here comes set. He's got 53. Ball up. Carrying his velo right now. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Sierra.
Stephen Wade holding him on over at first there. Not even looking, paying attention.
A breaking ball for a strike. A little sweeper action. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Sierra.
You know, one thing I noticed about the Cougars, a lot of lefties in their lineup.
They do. There's that knuckleball. Hit to McLaughlin at short. He throws off balance.
Yes,
Cobb does a nice job holding the bag.
Wow. Whew.
And McLaughlin going to his right, falls off balance, is able to make a throw to Cobb at second base, and he holds on.
Down.
Who's also falling, and holds the bag for the second out. The pace of the game has slowed down, but the oddness and quirkiness of the game is increasing mightily right now.
I think that has to do with Mike leaving.
Yeah. He is quirky, but I mean, you would think it would be less quirky when he left. There's a line drive to Kinnear at third base.
And
that'll end the inning. So no runs on a 1 hit, right? Or no, it was a leadoff walk, and Decatur makes out in the top of the 6th unscathed. So it's a 6-run lead still, 10-4, going in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back in just a second. All right, everybody, we're heading into the bottom of the 6th inning, so I'm going to unmute Ron so he sees it.
I kind of feel like a second-class citizen here.
Listen, I'm going to come to you for the mathematics of things, the sabermetrics. You know, Ron is a math guy, so he's going to give us our numbers. And
doesn't look like any changes for the Cougars in the field as we start the bottom of the 6th.
Cobb squares around, pulls back for a ball. It's something we've enjoyed seeing AJ put in his holster. You know, he plus speed. He's got a great bat, great kid with a work ethic. But you know, adding bunting for base hits with his speed is just one more thing for the opposing defense to think about. So he's worked a 2-0 count here. Carroll's still on the mound for Chesapeake. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball for a strike, right at just above the belt. So 2 balls and 1 strike to A.J. Cobb. Carroll coming out of the windup. Here's the pitch. Ball away.
You know, it's amazing how much information that we're loaded with in here in the booth. Just, you know, texting friends, other guys at other games, trying to get scores. Just phenomenal.
He swung on and popped up over to the first base side, right in front of the dugout. The play's made there for the first out.
So one of the PBR guys, prep baseball guys, who's usually done a lot of our games, Cole, actually took a 3-hour hike out to Clear Springs. And it's a Catoctin? I can't read.
Catoctin High.
Yeah, Catoctin, who's kind of a powerhouse in the 1A.
Oh, yeah.
I think McManus goes there, who's committed to Maryland. They're down right now, 3-0 in the top of 7. So Clear Springs looking to advance, try to defend their state championship.
Gotcha. We just wanted to check in here with some of our other Bayside schools still in competition. So North Dorchester and Colonel are now tied 3 apiece. They're in the 6th inning. Is it at Colonel? I think it's at Colonel. Yeah, it's at Colonel Richardson up in American Corner. And 3-3 there for North Dorchester and Colonel. So
I know Parkside, I think, won't beat Kent Island 2-1.
Yeah, that's a final there. So Parkside advances, Coach Daubert and his team.
Do we have an update on the Snow Hill Washington game?
I think we're getting one now. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Fouled away from Kroll. As the sun comes back out, but I don't think the sun's going to be around too much longer into the evening. I think we've got the frame front coming in, but it's held off nicely for us. And
looking back over the fields, looking west, it looks clear skies.
Here's a 2-2 to Kroll. Breaking ball down. Did he hold? I think he did. No check. The Snow Hill is up 10-4 as well on Washington.
What do we got, 6th? Bottom of 6?
Yeah, bottom of the 6th inning. So fouled out of play. So we'll start again here at 3-2 for Gus Kroll.
Yeah, Snow Hill really, I don't want to say they caught a break, but having that Pocomoke Washington game rained out the other day and having to finish yesterday, had to play into it.
Well, there's all sorts of unknown factors as Kroll takes strike 3 for a nice pitch by Carroll, and second out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lucas Lauren coming at the plate. Yeah, there's going to be factors. There's going to be weather. Some teams some teams are. It's just on the. It works better for others, but you play the hand that you're dealt, and
hope for the best.
Pocomoke and Coach Laird. Washington. They're going to roll with the punches, man. They're going to do what they got to do and grind. They've both had great seasons. The fastball taken by Lucas for a strike on the outer third. And nobody on here for Lucas, which is very rare. So
maybe he'll do it
himself. Probably have yeah. He finds a way to drive runs in. So we'll see if he pops one. Takes a healthy cut at that breaking ball.
Sean Carroll doing a great job here, getting through the last inning, and 1 strike away. Ball inside. All right.
Just inside. So Lucas has done a nice job. Loring does what he's comfortable 0-2. Owen's another kid. He's comfortable 0-2. That they're going to grind out at bats and see the ball out of the hand and foul off pitches like that. It's just what he's done all year long. It seems like he gets back to 3-2 from 0-2 like in a blink of an eye.
Yep.
And if Mike was here, he would have missed something, and it's 3-2. So swung on, hit the center. Fielder going back, makes a play on the track, and that's the 3rd out of the bottom of the 6th inning. So nothing doing for the Seahawks there. 3 outs away, and we're on to Friday. So we appreciate y'all being with us. We're going to be back in about 1 minute to 2 minutes here. 10-4 Seahawks. All right, on the mound now. Try and close this thing out in the top of the 7th inning here at Stephen Decatur High School is senior Brooks Kendall, Dell State commit.
Big fan of anime and Beyblade.
Brooks is?
Yeah, dude. He's a strange bird, but man,
Wow.
wait till you see him.
Wow.
Wait till you see him
man,
spin it off the mound. dude.
Good night. Made in the shade.
Made in the shade.
He used the shade blinds and pulled the wool over my eyes as an anime fan. But
yeah.
hey, whatever. Good job. We're glad to see him out here as a senior throwing here to try and get the last 3 outs and send us on to the state quarterfinals. So let's see what old Brooksy can do here. He comes out of the stretch. So
Jimmy has a bunt, a sack bunt, and a fly out.
ball low for first offering. 1 ball, no strikes to Jimmy Dreher. I think we got his Dreher. Yeah, I think we got it right off the jump. I was focusing on that one.
Go with Jimmy.
So.
Jimmy.
Just away, 2-0. Brooks, a 3-pitch mix guy, throws out of the stretch. He kicks here with 2-0. There's a strike on the outer third. Kinnear in on the corner at third base. McLaughlin and Cobb deep up the middle, and Steven playing about middle depth over there. The mustache just a little bit closer to the plate than his actual body. Ground ball to Kinnear. He throws to first. That's a 5-3 put out for out number 1 here in the top of the 7th inning.
Number 7.
Don't you want to say something about him getting picked off at second base earlier? Or are you going to refrain?
I'm going to refrain.
Okay.
Kids earned it.
I just wanted to give you the opportunity.
As his father, we got to bust their chops, but man, I wouldn't want anybody else out there playing third at that hot corner.
Oh yeah, you're gonna don't make me get teared up here, okay?
Oh. He hasn't washed his pants all season. If you want to take a look at him,
I know that'll make you tear up too. Here's the pitch.
So they have a shed down the right field line. You probably can't pick it up in any of the cameras, but after the game, he'll hang him in there. And
remind me not to go back in that shed.
Awful.
That shed is. If that shed ever burned down, it would burn like purple and like all sorts of various colors and stenches. 1 ball, 1 strike, breaking ball down and away.
You know what though? I don't know if Owen's pants are as dirty as Stephen Wade's hat though. Take a look at that hat.
Yeah, it's a toss up, that's for sure.
Woo.
Parsons, the 3-hitter here on a 1-1 count. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there.
You're good.
Takes a breaking ball for the second strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Cole Parsons. One out here in the top of the 7th inning.
What are we looking at as far as Brooks's velo?
74-75, I think.
That's got to mess with some batters.
Yeah, he touched 76 there a few seconds ago, but
you're going from 88-90, and you're dropping.
Yeah, I mean, it's effective, and Brooks throws strikes and he mixes pitches well. So that's set, like we say, set 74-75 can play up. Long as he's throwing strikes and getting ahead, he won't get in any trouble. Breaking ball down. Did he hold? He did. Full count here to Cole Parsons. And we can't get enough credit here if the game does end in favor of the Seahawks for Chesapeake. And the couple days that they've had as a team and the character that they've shown, and it's a testament to them as young men and their coaches for keeping them together, keeping them focused, and them being there for Josh, with what he's gone through. And they'll continue to do that, They'll continue to do that for him and for anybody else that, that would occur to. It's something to highly commend, that's for sure. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Kendall gets ahead with a first pitch fastball. It's no balls and 1 strike.
Now, I know typically sometimes we bring a player over at the end of the game. I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
Is that right?
Not sure.
Okay.
I think the boys are going to be pretty hyped. But if I can get somebody who you want to talk to.
We'll get one. We'll talk about it here. Let's get this last out before we
I got to be thinking
Before we
three steps ahead of you.
count our chickens before we hatch, Mr. Kinnear, okay?
Someone's got to get up and start running.
Got to do something.
Chase them down.
Yep. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ball up high.
Tried to climb the ladder.
And that's an effective approach for Brooks. You know, all the quadrants of the strike zone, and actually, you know, going just out of those quadrants and getting swings is going to be huge for him down the road at Dell State. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Right at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. To number 26, Sean Carroll. Sean's done a nice job. He's done a little bit of everything today for Chesapeake. Kendall shakes the first offering he gets from Swanson. Comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and our Stephen Decatur Seahawks are regional champions and advance to Friday and play in the state quarterfinal. We don't have the matchup yet, but it will be home. Stephen Decatur is the #1 overall seed. So make sure you share that news with everybody and congratulate your Seahawks or their parents if you see them and the coaching staff. And an absolute wonderful job by Chesapeake coming down with the day that they've had, being with their teammate Josh Boyd and his sudden loss last Friday. So we wish them all the best and thank them for coming down. We're going to see if we can get a player over here in the booth real quick before they get their celebration on. Did they get a plaque? They do get a plaque. Okay, sorry. I've been out of the game since all these changes. So they'll receive a plaque and a little bit of a ceremony here. We're going to try and get, what did we say, Lucas? Okay, see if we can get Lucas over here for a quick minute, maybe Coach Farrow. But we absolutely thank you for watching and tuning in and staying with this playoff run. We want to be back. Hopefully Friday the weather is great. And we'll be back here to hopefully celebrate a state quarterfinal victory. All right, I think we're going to let the boys just go with it and enjoy their victory. So thanks again for tuning in, and be back here 4 o'clock on Friday for the state quarterfinal. Congratulations to our Stephen Decatur Seahawks. They are the regional champions. Everybody have a great, great evening.